starting Unit 1 of Child Health Nursing, that is modern concept of child care. In today's lesson, we are going to discuss about internationally accepted rights of children. So before going straight into the topic, let us understand what we mean by rights. Now, rights are those essential conditions without which no person can generally realize his best self. So these are essential for the individual as well as for the society also. So keeping this in mind, the United Nations adopted the Declaration of the Rights of Child on 20th November 1959. So, what are these internationally accepted rights of children? What are the rights children have that we are going to see in this session? So, the first right is right to develop in an atmosphere of affection and security and protection against all forms of neglect, cruelty, exploitation, and traffic. So, every child has a right to lead a well protected and secure life away from neglect. And however, the children who are underprivileged and who are in a situation which is exploitative and inhuman situation, they get neglected badly. So because of this, they have given the right to children that it is their fundamental right to develop in an atmosphere of affection with love and care, and they should be protected against all forms of neglect. The second right is right to enjoy the benefits of social security, including nutrition, housing, and medical care. So let us first see what is the situation in terms of nutrition. Now, if we see the statistics, more than 50% of India's children are malnourished, while one in every five boys is malnourished, one in every two girls in India is undernourished. So you can understand what is the importance of nutrition here, and they have it is their fundamental right to enjoy the benefits of nutrition. Next, if we see the medical aspect, 58% of India's children below the age of 2 years are not fully vaccinated. Whereas we all know what is the importance of vaccination and how important it is to vaccinate each and every children. So here, as I told you, that 58% of India's children below the age of 2 years, they are not fully vaccinated, and among these children, 24% of them, they do not receive any form of vaccination. Now, if we see the medical aspect, 58% of India's children who are below the age of 2 years are not fully vaccinated. And among these children, 24% of children they do not receive any form of vaccination. Whereas we all know that what is the importance of vaccination and how important it is to vaccinate all the children. So it is their fundamental right to enjoy the benefits of this medical care, that is basic medical care, receiving vaccination, and nutrition, to have a proper nutrition. The third right is right to name and nationality. So every child has a right to identify himself with a nation, and a vast majority of underprivileged children in India, they are treated like commodities and they're exported to other countries. So it is their basic right, or just we can say it is their fundamental right to identify themselves with a particular nation. The fourth right is about education. So 50% of children who are aged among 6 to 18 years, they do not go to school. And if we see the dropout rates, that increases alarmingly in a specific period of time, that is class 3 to 5. And 50% of boys they drop out from school in this particular period of time. So it is their fundamental right to have free education. So our fourth right is right to free education, and no such reasons like poverty should stop anyone from getting education. So, a fourth right is right to free education. The fifth right is right to full opportunity for play and recreation. So every child has a right to spend some time on recreational activities like sports, entertainments, hobbies. And we know that how important it is to send a child for these kind of activities. What is the importance of play and how it helps in personality development. So it is their fundamental right to have full opportunity for play and any kind of recreational activities. The sixth right is right to special treatment, education, and appropriate care if handicapped. So most of the times we see that the children who are handicapped, they are ignored by parents, neighbors, and friends and societies, and they are away from getting the fundamental rights, getting the basic rights, like right to free education or right to full opportunity for play and recreation. So it is their basic right to have special treatment and getting education and appropriate care if they are handicapped. The seventh right is right to be among the first to receive protection and relief in times of disaster. So we know that there are different types of disaster like natural disaster and man-made disaster. So whether be it any kind of disaster, child has the right to be among the first to receive protection and relief in case of any kind of disaster. So if there is any type of disaster which happened, and during the relief or during the rescue process, the child should be the first one to receive the protection or to be evacuated first. The next right is right to learn to be an useful member of society and to develop in a healthy and normal manner and in conditions of freedom and dignity. So as an adult, it is our responsibility to teach our children that how to become an useful member of society and to develop in a healthy and normal manner. So what are the basic gestures and for example how they should behave with elders, and what are the what as a society what they expect from children in future. So what are the basic manners that they should carry. So these are the things which as parents or as an adult, it is our responsibility to teach our children. The next right is right to be brought up in a spirit of understanding, tolerance, friendship among people, peace, and universal brotherhood. So, what do we mean by this? Now, at times, child can be demanding. They ask for certain play material, and sometimes they do not understand that what the consequences can be of certain situation of or certain activities. So, as an adult, what we do, we teach them that what is wrong or what is right, and we teach them what tolerance means, what is understanding, and the meaning of friendship. They learn by seeing us. So, it is our responsibility to teach them what actually friendship means and peace and universal brotherhood. So they have this is their fundamental right to be brought up in an environment where which is peaceful and which would teach them that what does universal brotherhood means and understanding tolerance and friendship. So the last right is right to enjoy these rights regardless of race, color, sex, religion, national or social origin. So till now, whatever rights we saw, that is all those nine rights, it is not for children for a particular or for a specific region or from a specific country. It is for each and every child. So all the child from all over the world, they have these rights to enjoy these fundamental rights, and regardless of their race, color, sex, they can be from any religion, they can be of any sex, they can be from any country, and they have the right to enjoy these rights. So these were the internationally accepted rights of children. Now, when we talk about rights, we have our fundamental rights, and at the same time, we also have certain legal rights and some special laws. So, next we would see what are the legal rights of children and their parents. So, what we mean by legal rights? Now, legal rights are something which are protected by law or which exist under the law. So, the first thing is when children are too young to care for themselves, their parents or their substitutes, or as a nurse, we have the it is our responsibility to provide them food, shelter, education, and medical care. Now, the next thing is we may come in contact with certain children who are at risk. Maybe they are neglected or they are abused, be it physically, mentally, or sexually abused. We, as a member of society, we are legally mandated to report these problems and intervene to help. So if we see any such situations, we as a nurse, we need to report these problems to higher authorities, and we need to intervene for help. Now, children who are physically or mentally handicapped, for them there are some additional rights, such as right to live in a normal setting or a right to equal opportunity for public education. So sometimes what happens when the child is handicapped, they are neglected by the society and they do not get the opportunity for public education or to live in a normal setting. So for them, this is their legal right to have equal opportunity for a public education and right to quality medical care. So they have all the right to receive quality medical care, and they also have the right to equal employment opportunity. So these are their legal rights. Now, the next thing is many times children are not asked about their desire or what they want, but it is their legal right to express their desires when the decision is made about them. So, for example, when the parents are when the parents wants to get separated, the child should be given the opportunity to tell with whom he or she wants to stay. So, this is their legal right to express their desire or what they want when the decision is made about them. Now, the next thing is about their medical care. So, parents, they do not have the legal right to withhold the medical care from a child. Now, for example, we need consent for a blood transfusion, right? If we want to transfuse blood to the child, we need consent from the parents. But in case if you find that the parents are neglecting or they are not paying adequate attention towards the child's health, in that case, the court may assume the responsibility. So, parents do not have the legal right to withhold medical care from a child. Now, as a nurse, it is very important for you to know that the children, they have the right to know who is responsible for their care. So when you are going to treat a child, you should make sure that the child knows who you are and what treatment you are providing and what is your team. So they have all the right to know who is responsible for their care, including all the members of their health and nursing teams. Now, coming to spatial laws. So, spatial law is a law which is related to a particular subject. So we have got certain special laws for children like the Child Labor Act 1986, the Children Act 1960, Juvenile Justice Act 1986, Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act 1974, Education for All Handicapped Children Act 1975. So these are the special laws, and we can see that these laws are related to special or related to particular subject. Like so, the first one is the Child Labor Act 1986. Now, most of the times we see that child labor is the reason behind child labor is mostly poverty. And this deprives the children of their right to go to school. But they do not understand this. This reinforces the intergenerational cycle of poverty. So, this child labor thus acts as a major barrier to education, which affects both the attendance and the performance in school. So, because of this, in 1986, the Child Labor Act was established, which says that under 18, no children should be subjected as a labor. So, the Children Act 1960 is to provide the care, protection, maintenance, welfare of the children, training, education, and rehabilitation of neglected or delinquent children. So the next is Juvenile Justice Act 1986. So before talking about Juvenile Justice Act, we should know what is juvenile delinquency. So when children commit any kind of antisocial activities or crime, they should be punished, and children are considered to be the greatest national asset and reserve. So it is our responsibility to correct them if they commit any kind of crime under the age of 18. So because of that, the Juvenile Justice Act was established in 1986, in which the children who aged below 18 years of age, and if they commit any kind of antisocial activities or any kind of crime, they are to be punished. Now, let us conclude today's lesson. So, in today's lesson, we learned about internationally accepted rights of children, and then we learned about the legal rights of parents and their children, and what are the special laws for children. So, in internationally accepted rights of children, we saw what are the 10 basic rights of children, and regardless of their race, color, sex, religion, and their national or any origin, how they should enjoy these uh, basic rights. Coming to its legal rights of children, we learned about what are the legal rights of children, what are the legal rights of handicapped children, and what are the legal rights of the parents. And in special laws, we learned about the Child Labor Act, the Juvenile Justice Act, the Children Act, Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act, and Education for All Handicapped Children Act 1975. The next law is Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act 1974. So, in this act, how to prevent any kind of child abuse, like physical abuse, mental abuse, or sexual abuse. So, for that, the Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act was established in 1974, and the next law is Education for All Handicapped Children Act 1975. So all the handicapped children, they have the equal opportunity for free education or for public education. So for that, the Education for All Handicapped Children Act was established in 1975. So these were the special laws related to children. Now, let us conclude today's session. So, in today's session, we learned about internationally accepted rights of children, where we learned what are the basic uh, 10 rights of children, and regardless of their race, color, origin, sex, or their national or their origin, they have the right to enjoy these basic rights. Coming to it, the legal rights of the parents and their children, we learned about what are the legal rights that the children have, and the handicapped children as well as the parents, what are the legal rights for them. Next, we learned about the special laws, where we learned about the Child Labor Act, the Children Act, Juvenile Justice Act, Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act, Education for All Handicapped Children Act. So, this was all about the rights of children, special laws and legislations, and the legal rights of children. I hope you got a clear insight about the topic. Thank you.